This week, we have a very, very special guest, Gloria West. Gloria, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, some people who are viewing this might know who you are, but for those who don't, please tell our guests who you are and what you do.
My name is Gloria West. I front an old school jazz band called Gloria West and the GENTS. We play all over Tampa Bay. We do everything from 20s, 30s, 40s, even into some 50s and 60s. And anything from a 2-piece up to a big band, 16 pieces, just depending on the event.
Wow.
Yep, I call it old school stride swing jazz with a sultry twist.
I like that sultry twist.
Yes.
That's awesome. I've noticed you're becoming way more well-known. It's like you're all over the whole Tampa Bay area.
Yes.
That's awesome. Now look, here's the deal. So you sing, and I've heard your voice and you sound great. So
thank you.
Why jazz? Why not Madonna or pop or techno? Why jazz?
I've always loved jazz ever since I was little. I'm an old soul. My mom actually sang jazz in New York City for a few years back, way before me or my sisters came about. Actually, she did it with an accordion player. That was her accompaniment. And so I just grew up hearing it around the house. She would sing it, they'd have on records. My dad would sing Louis Armstrong, kind of okay. And I just loved it. She also would sing, you know, show tunes and stuff like that. So I always loved it and always knew that that's kind of what I wanted to do. I just didn't think that I would actually be successful about it, which is why it took me so long to actually go and do it, try it.
I understand.
Yeah.
So what was the thing? Like you've been singing since you were a little kid, blah, 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 and then suddenly now you're doing it pro and you're booked all the time. And what was the thing that flipped the switch? I
actually would go and do karaoke sometimes with like friends and family members, and my sister and brother-in-law, they kept telling me, you've got to go do this, you need to try singing professionally. And I'm like, no way, I could never do it, I'd be terrified. I shake uncontrollably when I do karaoke, like it was bad. And then finally one day somebody else saw and they're like, why are you working at a golf course? You need to go and do this. So I went on Craigslist and found a country band that was looking for a lead singer and auditioned and got the position and loved it, and had all these other songs I wanted to do and started doing other songs with acoustic duos that I formed and loved that, and really wanted to do jazz, and found a piano player that didn't do jazz, and we did a mix of everything that I called it a jazz duo. And then as soon as I got a little bit more immersed into the world of musicians in Tampa Bay, come to find out that there's tons of jazz piano players. And as soon as I got my first one, that's when everything started to switch over, and I started booking that more and more and more. Got more jazz piano players, got horn players, and then started merging everything else out. And even started incorporating different types of music and making them old jazz. So I do everything, but I make it sound like old jazz.
So you do like a more modern song, but you turn it into sounding like old jazz.
Yep, yeah, we take, cool. I mean, we take oldies, we take pop, we take country, Disney songs, we have some original songs, we take all these different types of songs and give them a swing with the stride piano sound. So yeah, it makes it a lot of fun, and you can take sad songs and make them happy, and you just get to bring these wonderful feelings to people. They remember back in the day to happier times and memories, and it's a beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
So it just works.
So with such a wide variety of repertoire and stuff, is there any one particular artist that you go, that's my person, like?
In jazz or in general?
In jazz.
In jazz. Maybe not one. I have a few that are my absolute favorite. That would be Billie Holiday, Louis Armstrong, and Mildred Bailey. Those are all kind of really towards the very, very beginning of jazz, and I just love their sound. And you'll notice a lot of what they do is kind of melded into what I do. Like I like to take a song, maybe that's not even their song, and kind of make it sound like stuff that they did. So definitely those would be my favorites, and you can definitely figure that out on the album, because that's what a lot of it is based off of.
Okay, so, great. Yeah. So you have an album.
Yes.
Well, we're going to talk about that as soon as we get back from this word from our sponsor. Don't go away.
Oh my God. guest will be John Kelly of the Hideaway Cafe.
Oh, we're back. Okay, great. So we're back with Gloria West, jazz singer extraordinaire. And you were about to tell me about your new album. Tell me.
Yes. Not just new album, but first album. We actually have an album coming out. It is with the full band. There are a lot of musicians on it, and we've brought in special musicians for certain songs. But it's a compilation of everything. It's everything that you would hear at a live show. It's got the old jazz. It's got pop made into old jazz, Disney songs, original songs. I feel like I'm missing a type of song. But just it's a conglomeration of everything, and we've put a lot of love into it, and it's a lot of fun. It's very danceable because we have a big dance, swing dance following now that go around to some shows, and it is available on CD, digital download, and vinyl record.
Wow.
Which we are very, very excited about. We're almost done. We've got just a handful more sessions in the studio to get everything wrapped up, and then we'll send it off for production. And once the album's out, we're gonna plan a tour. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Wonderful.
So let's have a sneak preview. What can we listen to right now?
So one of the songs off the album that we love it so much. It's one of our favorite songs that after we recorded it with the whole band, and I actually think the very first day of recording, we decided not to even do anything to it. I mean, it is in its raw form. We probably took 3 takes of it, and it just was perfect. So it's by Mildred Bailey, one of my favorites, and it's called Doing the Uptown Lowdown, and it is perfect.
Okay, so here's Gloria West and the Gents and Uptown Lowdown.
Miss West, you sure look righteous.
Out of my way, Jay, I feel righteous.
Where you going, uptown?
Yes, for a taste of lowdown. Where do we get that music that puts the swing so hot nice? Where is life never dull, humdrum or monotonous? Hop a subway, hop a cab, shoot right up to Harlem, where the population's found a new sensation. Screen celebs and stage satellites, social debs and high lights, masses, classes, doing the uptown lowdown, where they spend their ceremonials just to watch those Creolians skipping, hipping, doing the uptown lowdown. You'll find laughter after midnight, that's their playtime. Hey time, what price? Yeah, man. Bankers with their Cinderella relatives listening to those hot high-attitudes up in Harlem, doing the uptown lowdown.
That's terrific. I love that song.
Thank you.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
Okay, so besides the new first album coming out soon,
Yes.
what else you got cooking these days?
It's just been a whirlwind. We play out about 5 days a week. We've got a bunch of weddings coming up this year. I mean, we went from having 2 weddings last year to already like 7 weddings booked this year. We're doing events at the Florida Aquarium, at the Straz Center. We're doing a couple of different racing events. We have like a 7-piece band for Festival of Speed coming up in April in downtown St. Pete on the water. Hopefully at some point I'll be announcing that maybe we got into the Clearwater Jazz Holiday again, because that was amazing. That was just, it's going to be hard to top that. I know for sure. It was our first festival. We got to open up for Gladys Knight. There was a couple thousand people there. I got to meet her, and it was just an amazing experience. So definitely more of that. We want to plan a tour to Europe. We're looking into some type of management, because as of right now I've been doing everything myself. It's like 3 full-time jobs. So yeah, just kind of putting a game plan together, go over to Europe, do some jazz festivals, expand our fan base, do some little mini tours around the US in different cities, and just keep trucking along. We had so many songs that we loved for the album that we ended up with about 6 extra that now, as soon as the first album's done, we'll have almost the second album done as well. We'll probably end up doing a live album at some point. Within a year or so, and it's just, we'll see.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's really great. I look forward to following you and checking your progress as you expand.
Thank you.
Now, for our younger listeners, say there's somebody who wants to be a singer, what is your best #1 advice?
#1 advice?
To go pro.
Yeah. Honestly, pick something that you love, and if you love it, you can make a niche out of it. You can make it special if you put yourself into it, which is kind of, you know, what I did. And I listen to the music all day long. I love it. I just soak it up as much as I can. That's my education. You don't have to go to school for it, but you just need to immerse yourself in it. Get into the scene, go out, go listen to it whenever you're able to. And start performing. The more that you perform, I mean, never in a million years did I think that I would be doing this. Terrible stage fright. Like I said, I would shake, visibly shake doing karaoke, you know, in front of people at a bar that are drinking and don't care. And now I, you know, perform 5 days a week, and you just got to go do it. You got to put yourself out there, and practice makes perfect, and learn to love it if you really want to do it.
That's fabulous. Okay, great. So the album's not actually released yet, but
Not
where
yet, no.
can we go? You got a website we can go and keep track to see when it comes out?
Yes. If you go to gloriawestmusic.com, we have a storefront on there, and it actually gives you pre-ordering options, which is very, very important. It is fully fan-funded. We have raised all of the money for the recording so far ourselves through private donations and people pre-ordering. And we've still got a little bit left to go, so the more pre-orders that we can get, the sooner we'll have it done. So there's all different packages on there. The more things that you put in the package, the more of a discount we give you on the items. We also have t-shirts with caricatures of the band, which are hilarious. They're done by a local artist in Dunedin. We have koozies, so we've got a bunch of different options. We even have some crazy options on there that will come to your house and cook you dinner if you donate a little bit extra on top of purchasing the merchandise. So, yeah, plenty of options for everyone.
Very creative.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so GloriaWestMusic.com. Bookmark that. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so
Appreciate it.
much.
And
Thank you for having me.
have to come out and hear you again sometime.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, that's it for this week. Tune in next week. Bye.
Bye, ladies and gents. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.